So, there's a lot of people with a lot of absolutely legitimate questions right now. And even though I'm in the physical and pulmonary rehab of it all, um, that's it's the same level of hard and mentally exhausting as being sick, but like on the flip side. Sorry, I need some ice. So, a lot of y'all either don't know what happened or don't realize how long ago this started, because I hid it from y'all for a little bit. So, I'm going to do a longer video that'll probably go up on YouTube with a timeline so that y'all understand when, how long, what was done to me, and stuff like that. Because ultimately, I'm going to need some sort of help. And I'm trying to figure out different ways and exchanges for that. But mostly it's to let y'all know what is going on and why I'm absent here towards the end now, which some of y'all can figure out why. Oh, and also, like, why I thought I had, like, the stones and statues ready to go out, and then they didn't go out, where the glamour oils are, stuff like that. It needs to be explained. Alright. I'm still having to cancel and reschedule a lot of y'all that work getting readings. But anyway, I'll try to get it up by tomorrow morning, because it's going to take every bit of energy I have just to do a stupid video. It's crazy. Rehab's crazy. Alright. Love y'all. Bye. Okay. So, this started back here. Back at the end of, about the last week of July. And I got asthma symptoms. And I thought that was kind of odd. I don't have asthma. But it went away after about a week. So I was like, just something that happened. And then around the 22nd of August, it happened again. I had to cancel on a few of y'all. And I really, I can't breathe. And I'm stubborn. So I would use my nebulizer that I had at home with some albuterol so I could breathe. And then it went away after about a week. Then comes September, and I'm still hiding the severity of it. About 22nd, 23rd, it comes back again. And now I'm noticing there's a pattern. And I go to the ER. And the ER tested me for everything. Because of my age, weight, and smoking, they thought I had COPD. No, they tested me for everything that you could have. And they came up with what they call, it's called asthma. So asthma is a type of asthma that's associated with high levels of a certain type of white blood cell called eosinophils. And the doctors were like, well, we don't know what causes it. And a lot of women in your age range get it. And it's hard to manage. And I was like, what do you mean you don't know what causes it? And they were like, we don't know what causes it because it's not allergen related. And I'm like, your body doesn't do things like that for no reason. And of course, they're looking at me like, look here, redneck. Here's some severe medicine, get up with your GP and have a nice life. And I'm just like, there's no, your body, unless you have a severe immune deficiency or a disorder, your body doesn't do that for no reason. Now we're hitting my birthday. And now it starts up, but it doesn't stop. So it's steady going. And I'm not getting any relief at all. And during this time, you don't get any sleep either because you can't breathe. And so I'm having problems. And so I went down the rabbit hole. And if you go down and stick with it far enough, it is your body's way of saying there's a problem here, because it would start in a certain section of my chest. There's a problem here, and we can't get to it from the inside. So we're crowding it on like the outside of the eye of the lung. So in a person that has regular asthma, the airways, start to shut down, and they get this extra mucus. And in asthma, you don't get the mucus, and your stats will stay good, like your oxygen saturation will be fine, all that. And so it looks like you're lying in the ER. It looks like you're lying. So right around here is when I was suffering from the effects of true insomnia, right? So I'm seeing shit, and I know what it is, but still, and I'm desperate. So I go back to the ER. And they left me there in the room without anything to help me breathe for 3 hours. And then I would start a coughing fit. And I coughed things out of my lungs that I swear to you were moving. But then again, I'd also had, insomnia. One of them looked like a little pointy snail shell. I'm not lying. I had a picture of it. And the other thing that I coughed out at the same time looked like a white, flat, filmy thing. The head nurse was in there at the time, and I was like, do you fucking see this? You were right here when I hacked this out. And she was like, what the, and took it to the doctor, and still no one helped me. I waited another hour and a half, not being able to breathe. And so I got just furious because they were clearly incompetent. And so I snatched out my IV, and I went home, and I went down the rabbit hole. And there were 2 options left for the symptoms I was having that they did not test for in the hospital. And that was parasites and then candida, both of which were extraordinarily rare. But at this point, I'm just ready to die. You know what I'm saying? Just ready to just die. And by the way, while I'm going through this stuff, I am getting regularly checked by my Bible out. So I was not hit yet. Okay? Everything was fine. Well, in the land of, in Witchlandia. Okay? And so the first thing I had to do was get a parasitic, which I did. And since it came in cycles, I was thinking maybe it's a parasitic. Because there's a couple of worm parasites that the larva stage, the larva will enter your lungs and literally irritate them to make you cough them out. That's how they get to the next animal or whatever. And so down I went taking the parasitic, and nothing happened. And I was like, man, I got one thing left, and that's the antifungal. And I don't know if you are aware of this, but nobody's body likes antifungals. They don't, because you have so much beneficial fungus that lives in your body, and an antifungal doesn't care. So you take an antifungal when you have absolutely no other choice. So I got it, and I talked to, Jaded and my mom, so everybody knew what was going on, because I knew the symptoms, and I told them the symptoms that were going on, and that just so they wouldn't freak out. And so I started the antifungal, and started seeing results within 24 hours, which would be great, right? But apparently, I'd had it since July, so I now had a biofilm. And I don't know if y'all know what a biofilm is, but think of a couple of little candidas running around as being independent thinking, in easy, I know, think of it like a video game, okay? So you have bad guys in the video game that you kill along the way until you get to the boss of that level. And it takes way more to kill the boss, because the boss doesn't think like the individuals, and he's stronger than the individuals. That's what a biofilm is. So that means I'd have to take basically poison for 3 weeks, and then break, and then take it for 2 more weeks. The problem is, you absolutely cannot take that medication and my mental medication at the same time. We're talking bright red, flashing, can't do that. So I had to get creative and go like 2 days of the antifungal, and then 1 day with my brain medicine, and then 2 more days with the antifungal. So it stretched out the amount of time. Now I could feel the antifungal working, and I'm still having issues. Let's see, somewhere in here is where I started taking it, because we didn't even do Christmas. And here remember the spaghetti video? I thought I was done. I thought. I was not. That was just the first wave. Yeah, there was 2 waves. So then when I got the second wave, that's when I was like, wait a minute. I feel like there's something else interfering. And so I checked, and but it says I wasn't hit. And then things started to get a little weird, right? So when I would get better, then there would be a problem with my digestion, right? Even though I had gotten all the doodads to replace that stuff. And then I'd fix that, and then something else would go wrong. And that's happening all through here and through here. And so I went and did this other spell work to see if it was cloaked spell work, and it was. And not just by one person. And so they did the smart thing, which was to hit them. You hit somebody powerful when they're down, and you just keep kicking them, keep kicking them, keep kicking them. And when you're down like that, it takes more energy to just stop it from hitting. Not necessarily, you're just trying to just stop it from hitting. But once I saw that it was like cloaked, so it wouldn't show up in the egg reading or my cards until I did a specific spell to pull that covering off. And then I was like, wow, that's a mess of stuff right there. These weren't amateurs. And I still don't know why they're attacking me for. I ain't never done nothing to nobody, really, but whatever. So I had to seek outside help to stop that, to block that and stop that from happening because I was too far beat down. And I got that shit to stop. It's blocked, so it's still going because I don't have the strength to send anything back. That's why y'all kept asking me if I was going to send something back. How the fuck I'm going to send something back when I can't stand up? But anyways, so I got it to stop long enough. And then I would keep checking after that because I put up other things. And then WitchCon was somewhere over here. And what y'all didn't see and what was cut off because people at WitchCon didn't cut it off. That site just automatically reloads. So the big guy cut it off. The big guy interfered at the very end of WitchCon. And right when this huge bang came in my house is when the film cut off. But all that footage is gone. They didn't take it and I didn't take it. And so I did some consulting with my Babalao. I did some consulting with myself, and there are changes have been made in regards to the big guy. So I'll fill y'all more in on that later. Okay, so that's why the hits, the rest of the hits or anything else has stopped completely. And then during this whole thing, so it's 9 months, every time I'd start to feel good, I was running out of money. Oh, let's not forget what happened with my website. Whole video on that is on my YouTube, probably under this one. But this whole time, anytime I'd start to feel like I had a good bit, is when, like, y'all helped me with the auction. You bought the different stones. You bought my statues. They're sitting right there. It's just as soon as it would happen, boom, I'd get, hit again. The oil is all there. I just don't have it packaged. And then bam, it would hit me again. So it made me look like I was lying. So I just quit making promise days because I kept getting hit. Now I literally just started the rehab stage, which, let's see, it's the 8th today. I think my walker got here on the 1st. I just started that, and I developed, I never had anxiety, but I developed such anxiety because the reason I had insomnia is because I couldn't sleep. And I developed, I guess, what was that, experimenter with the dogs? I developed a conditioned response so that when it gets dark and I need to go to sleep, my anxiety goes through the roof. So I'm dealing with that too. I'm out of money completely. I've used all the savings that I had been putting up for when I wasn't working. I wasn't getting the kind of normal income that I get. I don't even have the strength to make a class. I don't even have the strength to type up the recipe spell book that y'all wanted. I mean, I don't have the strength to do that. So, but before I get into that, where I'm at now is I don't have to worry about getting hit anymore, okay? And now it's rehab, and that is months. Months. Not months for where I'll be able to start doing stuff, but months till I get back to where I was, and hopefully a little bit better. Because let me tell you something. Being overweight when you're this sick, I ain't never been mad about my weight until now. But anyway, the pulmonary rehab is the hardest. That's where I'm at now, and so now we get to the part where I need to talk about I need help with money. I would do a GoFundMe again, except, you know, as you saw from the other video when I thought I lost my fucking website, my ex likes to keep tabs on stuff. That's none of their business. But anyway, I need financial help. I still get some, I don't know, about $1,000 a month from revenue from my book. But I got a lot more bills than that. And I'm behind a month on my place, mom's place, and my shop. And I don't know what kind of exchange I can do because I'm not going to make time promises anymore, you know what I'm saying? But I can take the screenshots of, you know, everybody that helps financially and come back around, you know, and do something for free. Or if you have the ability to do loans or whatever, you know, I can pay back with interest or something. But I mean, I don't want to go back to the corporate world, but I will. But then I don't know when I'll ever get back to this, you know? I mean, hell, I've done SW before back in the day when I got that desperate. But I need help financially, and I'll leave my Cash App linked on my bio page. Like I said, I would be more public with it, but we all see what happened last time. And I didn't even take that money, you know? As soon as he gave me my stuff, I gave everybody's money back. Psycho. Anyway, that's what's going on. That's what happened. And this is where I currently am. Now, for the magical questions like, do I know who it is? Am I going to do a send back? all that stuff. I cannot answer that online right now because they are watching me too. So, um, when I get around to it, getting my health back and getting my business back online is my priority. I'll worry about shit like that afterwards, and then, I'll after the fact, I'll teach you about what I did, like um, finding or decloaking the spell work and all that stuff. But right now, they're just all up in my business. So, but any other questions? Like like if you want pictures of where the bills and money is being sent to, I can do that. That's not a problem. Um, anything like that, I can do. But well, we know what happened last time when I did GoFundMe. Let's just put it like that. Um. Anyway, so yeah, I don't know where else to turn unless I go back into the corporate world, and I would be evicted before I got well enough to go back into the corporate world. So, um, yeah. Okay. All right. Bye. And thank you for listening.